Welcome to Ground Flow for the Aerialist, video 1. Join me. You just need a wide open space. I've got 2 pairs of dumbbells. I've got a set of 5, a set of 10, and a small band. So we're going to start by getting a nice big breath in and opening that rib cage just 3 or 4 times. We're going to keep our hands lifted. Keep our rib cage nice and open. Take one hand down to the side of your thigh. We're going to get a nice torso stretch, sliding this hand down toward our knee and lifting back up. We're going to inhale on the way up and exhale into that stretch. So it's an inhale, open, exhale, stretch. Good. And we're going to do the same thing for the other side. We're going to lift this arm up to the sky and slide the other hand down. Inhale up and exhale down. You should feel a deep stretch on one side and a nice little crunch on the other side. Targeting those obliques. But we're going to seesaw back and forth. Exhale, inhale up. Exhale over, inhale up. Inhale up. Now we're going to hold onto this first side, and we're going to give it a little pulse. Pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. And switch and do the same thing over on the other side. Little pulses. Pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring both hands down to your side. Roll those shoulders out. Take a status check of your shoulders. Are your traps tight? Are you trying to crunch them up? Take a moment to just relax and roll that out. And let your shoulders sit at home base, which is at the bottom of that little circle that we just rolled. From here, we're going to take our arms back out open to a T. We want to keep our hips static in space as we twist at the torso. Good, and then open to center. We're going to exhale, twist. Inhale to center. When we find that end range of motion in that twist, we're going to give it a little gentle bop. So it's a twist bop. It's an exhale, blow it all out. Inhale to center. Inhale to center. Inhale to center. That's a little challenging to do on your feet. If you find it hard to do that exercise without rotating your hips around, you can always do the same thing from the floor. From here, I'm going to stand to the side so you can see. I'm going to have my feet in parallel, and my arms are going to be straight up overhead. I'm going to rock back and forth on my feet a little bit, wiggle around like a little kid, and then settle into center. Relax those shoulders once again. Even though our arms are up, our shoulders should sit at home base. Feel the fullness of your feet below you. You shouldn't be standing too far back on your heel or too far forward on the ball of your foot. We shouldn't be scrunching into the arch. We should be standing in the fullness of our whole foot. Good. We're going to hinge only at the hip. Press tailbone back, reach fingertips forward, and lift right back up again. We're not bending at the knee. We're not bending in the back. It's a hinge, press tailbone back, reach, and bring it up. Relax those shoulders. Hinge it, give a nice stretch, and lift. Hinge. Give a nice stretch and lift and bring those arms down. We'll roll that out. This is ground flow for the aerialist. So we're giving extra love and conditioning and care for the arms. We're going to do this little stretch. It's actually nerve flossing. We're going to bring our fingertips in toward our sternum. Shoulders are down, elbows are up high. And we're going to open our hands really wide, flex our hands back. Flex your hands as far as they will go and hold that. It's normal for your fingertips to be a little tingly here. Bring your fingertips in towards sternum, shoulders down, elbows up. Open, big and wide, flex those hands. Bring it in, fingertips to sternum, elbows up. And open, flexing those hands. Here we're going to give little gentle bops, little tiny circles. It's normal for your fingertips to be tingly. And shake that out, roll it out. Again, we're going to relax those shoulders. Tell those traps they can chill out. We don't need to shrug up. We're going to do some more nerve flossing. Open your hands straight out to the side. We're going to pick up one wrist. And we're going to move our head with that. And we're just going to go side to side. Just a few of these. And then shake it out. Roll, relaxing those shoulders. Good. One more. We're going to pretend we're Batman. Whoop, just like a little kid. Now we're going to take this pose. We're going to bring our arms out and rotate pinkies as far as we can go. Then we're going to bring them back and find our Batman mask. Good. Take it out, rotate those pinkies. Bring them back and find your mask. One more time. Bring them out, rotate pinkies forward. Turn it back and put on your mask. Good, shake it out. We're gonna come to the mat, but we're gonna do it a jazzy way. I'm gonna step to the forward of my mat and I'm gonna cross my legs, cross my hands, lower hips, keeping those shoulders above the hips as long as you can. Then we're gonna balance here and gently come to the mat. From here, I'm gonna scooch back. I'm gonna point my toes in front of me. My hands are gonna face the wall behind me. And I'm gonna crunch and slouch in. Then I'm gonna press up, chest to the sky. My face is looking at the wall behind me, all that beautiful artwork on the wall. I'm gonna crunch it in again. And then press it out, get that big stretch. This is a lot like the cat-cow stretch, where I'm making this big C with my spine, and then I'm pressing it out. Only we're on the floor, and I'm getting this beautiful stretch in my shoulders, and all through my biceps and my forearms at the same time. Then we're just gonna hold right here. I'm gonna seesaw side to side, just an inch or two. Good, come up to neutral. From here, I'm gonna stay right on my mat. My feet are gonna flex, and I'm gonna glue them together and glue them to the mat. So don't move your legs. Hands go at shoulder height. We're gonna roll back as slowly as we can go. Using your abs like you're riding the brakes down a hill. Your abs are the brakes. Get a big stretch here. We're gonna inhale as we bring our arms down. Exhale as we touch our toes. And fold over, get a beautiful stretch here. And flex those feet, bring it right back. We're gonna ride the brakes down the hill. Slowly, slowly. Get a big stretch, point those toes, point those fingertips. Inhale, exhale. All the way over and stretch. And one more time. This time we're gonna stay down on the mat. We're riding the brakes down the hill. Get that big stretch. Hands down to your side. Now we're gonna take a big exhale as we bring our legs overhead. And we're gonna exhale nice and slow as we flex our feet and ride down the hill this way. It's hard to do this and talk at the same time. So it's an exhale up, flex feet, and we want to keep our legs straight, keep our knees as close to our nose as possible. As we ride down the hill again. And bring those legs down as slow as you can. Press your low back into the mat as you bring those legs down. One more time, nice big exhale. Flex and bring it down slow. Pressing that lower back into the mat. Abs are on fire. Good, now take a nice gentle cleansing breath. Get a stretch. Now we're gonna inhale, exhale up, just like we did before. Good. Now we're gonna do some rollers. So we're gonna put our feet in front of us, bent, and I'm gonna bring my hands here like I'm holding this big imaginary beach ball. I'm gonna curl my tailbone under. I'm gonna lean back. Then I'm gonna press my rib cage down toward my hip bones and pick up my toes. We're gonna inhale to go back, exhale to come up. Hold here. We're gonna lift the right leg and bring it down. Lift the left leg and bring it down. We're holding that C shape in our spine the whole time. Nothing's moving except our legs. We're really using our quads to get a strong point. Now do both legs and point. From here, we're gonna do open leg rocker. You can take your hands and press on your calves and press your calves against your hands. You can take it out and hold parallel arms. It is your choice. I'm gonna cheat and then reset. Holding your hands here at your calves is easier. But I encourage you to challenge yourself. If you need to reset, that's okay. And hold. Bring those feet together. Parallel arms above those feet. This is the teaser. We are going to cheat and reset as needed. That's how we roll. One more. Hold. Good. We're going to come up and sit in the butterfly nice and tall. Shake your butterfly wings. Release all that tension in your quads, hip flexors. Roll your neck. Release any tension you were storing in your shoulders. We're going to put those things together in a boomerang. So I'm going to start with my feet out in front of me, and I'm going to cross one leg over the other. I'm going to put my hands by my side, and I'm going to roll back and cross my legs overhead. I'm going to exhale up into teaser. Then we're going to stretch our arms behind our back and hold. We'll rock that forward and get a stretch. Goes like this. Engage your quads before you start. Roll back. Switch legs. Up to teaser. Hold. Bring arms around your back. Lace behind and get this big stretch and hold. Hold for longer. Roll forward. Get a nice sit and reach stretch. Enjoy the stretch because we're going to do this a few more times. Good. Engage those quads before we start. Roll and switch. Teaser. Lace arms behind and stretch. Keep that core engaged. Roll forward in this position and then find your stretch. Let's do two more. One more on each side. Engage quads, then roll. Switch legs. Teaser. Hands behind and open up the chest. Enjoy that stretch. Quads are shaking, that's beautiful. Roll forward and give it a good stretch. Last one. Hands down beside you. Roll it back. Switch legs. Up to teaser. Hands behind. Pull and stretch. And roll it forward. And get a nice sit and reach. Good job. Those boomerangs are hard. I'm going to pull up my big exercise ball here. This is ground flow for the aerialist. And while we don't want to tax out our arms on this ground flow, it's important that we target some areas of our body that stabilize our shoulders and our rib cage and our arms as we work in the air. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. I encourage you to start with very light weights. So I'm starting today with 5s. And it's okay if you stay with light weights. The purpose here is not to get jacked. The purpose in this exercise is to prevent aerial injury. So I'm going to roll forward on my ball, and I'm going to kick these weights out of my way. My feet need the room. Okay, the ball is going to rest comfortably under my shoulders and head, like a pillow. I'm going to push up into a glute bridge, and I'm going to drive through my heels. Then I'm going to bring the weights up above my chest, somewhere between my chest and my belly button. So and then we're going to bring it down, bringing elbows down at like a 45-degree angle and pressing back up. So some checkpoints here is that when I come down, these weights are at my chest. They're never over my face or neck. If in doubt, bring those weights down lower. Our wrists are not going to flail backwards. We want to keep our wrists in neutral alignment, which means it should be a pretty straight line between your knuckles, your wrist bone, and your elbow. That should be a nice, pretty straight line. Okay, now 5 points on a chest press isn't that bad. Okay, these are nice and easy, little warm-ups. We can take it a little faster. Now we're going to hold it up at the top. We're going to turn our hands in. I'm going to give a slight bend in those elbows. We're going to open our chest. Feel a nice stretch. Keep those glutes nice and high. Exhale together. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale, bringing the weights low on the chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Let's do about 10 more at a nice, even pace. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to bring the weights in to our tummy, and we're going to walk up to roll up on that ball. Give our glutes a little bit of a break. By the end of that, you can feel those glutes really having to work there. That's a good thing. In aerial, we always have to stabilize within instability. So in ground flow, we want to mimic some of that as we're working. So this ball provides instability. Our glutes have to stabilize as another body part is working. So I'm going to change these out. These 5s were easy. You guys pick your own poison. You can stay with light weights You can go up a little more if you want. Okay, so I've got 10s. I'm not going super heavy here. And I'm going to hold the weights into my tummy as I roll back down. Ball is going to be gently sitting under my head and neck. And I'm going to do the same series, but with bigger weights. Checking that my weights start at my chest. Elbows are at a nice little 45-degree angle as we come down. My wrists are neutral. Straight line between knuckles, wrist, and elbow. Good. Let's do about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Don't drop the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to give it a little rest before I do my flies, but I'm going to stay with the glutes here. My shoulders need a little breath. I gave us an extra press if you didn't count. Good. In fact, I'm going to release my glutes and drive through the heels. Release and press. A little bit of extra glute work while I'm resting those shoulders. Good. Let's take these weights up. We're pressing them in now, holding them parallel, getting ready for those flies. Slight bend in those elbows. Open, slow, and controlled. And exhale to close. Slow control, open. Big exhale to close. Good. Use that transverse abdominis. Glutes stay static. Your TA needs to work with your shoulders and chest. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale to close. Good. One more fly. Pull those weights into tummy and roll up for a seat. I'm going to stick right here with these 10-pounders. You can take it back down to light weights if you ramped it up also. Like I said, this is pick your poison. We want to prehab and prevent injury for aerial work, not necessarily blast us out today. I've got one more round of chest presses and flies. It's going to be a little different, so I'm adding in some elements. Hold those weights in. We're going to walk it down. Find that glute bridge. Head and shoulders should be gently rested. We're going to bring those weights to chest. Press it up. Good. Now we're going to hold this press position with one hand, and the other hand is going to come down and up. We're going to do 4 with just one hand. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now this is tricky on the ball. The ball's going to want to throw you off. Don't let it. Use your glutes to stabilize. Keep the weights down nice and low. The right hand stays static. Left hand opens and closes. 4 times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it back to your tummy. I'm going to sit it a little low, and we're going to get more glute bridges here. If you set those weights a little bit low, you're adding a little weighted glute bridge to the series here. That's just bonus. Good. Okay. So now we're going to do another round of those. I'm going to go straight for the flies, and we're going to alternate. So it's left, and right. Left and right. Don't let the ball move. Good job. Good. Pull that in, walk that up, and we can set the weights down. Fantastic work. Those alternating flies are not easy. Super productive work for aerial. Whew, especially when you're skinning cats and doing Russian splits. It prevents a lot of injury. We're going to take a moment now, and we're going to rotate our pinky fingers and our thumbs in big, humongous circles. Think about keeping your rib cage static. So we're not curving our rib cage in and out. We're rotating our arm inside our shoulder, not moving at the rib cage. Now we're going to take these rotations up gradually as we go. Hopefully we have no pain when we're doing this. If you do these every day, hopefully it will stay that way. We never ever want to do an intense aerial session or strength training session without proper warm-ups and cool downs. And part of your cool down should always include stretching fully through all your ranges of motion. We're focusing primarily right now on these shoulders. Good, and roll them back. This is a little fun one, little childlike fun. We're gonna take out 2 stop signs. We're gonna press them straight forward. I'm gonna stand this way so you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna press our stop signs forward 3 inches. So I'm opening my scapula. Then we're gonna pull them back. I'm closing my scapula. Press them forward and pull them back. I'm gonna put my back right up to the camera so you can see what is going on in my back. We're opening the scapula as we press our stop signs forward. And as we pull them back, you can see my scapula coming in together. So we open and we close. And we open and we close. Good. We're gonna do the same thing, but this time we're lifting our arms to the sky. And we're gonna pretend like someone's lifting our fingertips up, and then someone's just gently pressing down. It's a lift up and a press down. Good. Good. Shake it out. Now we're gonna take our hand in a nice little L shape. We're gonna take this hand over our body, and we're gonna put our thumb on the inside of our shoulder and our hand right there. See, do you have the mobility to get that position? And then we're gonna just give it a good little stretch. Same thing with the other side. Start with an L-shaped hand, and we're taking it over and around. Thumb is on the inside, fingers stay behind you. And we just open. Beautiful. Good. I have one more fun assessment, and you just need something to hold in your hands. I have these little exercise cards. This is what I'm going to use. You can use whatever you have. This is called Don't Drop It. Okay. I'm going to start with one hand. We're going to take it out, pull it under your shoulder, and push it back. Okay, so just that part from this angle. Push it out, and then push it back. Okay, so it goes out, back, hold it here. We're gonna rotate it without grabbing it with our thumb and bring it here. So from here, just like we're a waitress holding a big tray, from here, it's gonna come around. Don't drop it, use your shoulder, and then bring it forward. Good, don't drop that, dun-da-da. Don't drop that, dun-da-da. And you can cheat with your thumb, I won't tell anybody, but I want you to take note. If you're cheating with your thumb, that means you lack some shoulder mobility. And I have one good side and one bad side, so we'll see what my bad side does today. I'm going to take this forward and then back. And I'm going to do that again. Then I'm going to hold it back. Now I'm going to rotate it up. Yep, I got a little bit of a hitch in mine. I can get it around, but I'm leaning. You see me leaning? That means I need to have work to do. Good. Ideally, you want to be able to hold both at the same time. Take both back and forward. Both back and around. Whew, I did it. You didn't see me cheat. I cheated just a wee bit, but nobody saw it, right? So we're taking them back. Rotate the trees up. Good. Everybody has a strength and weakness in their body. It's important that you are aware of your strengths and your weaknesses, and that you use your warm-up and cool-down times and your times outside of the aerial studio to strengthen your weaknesses so that you can play hard and that your strengths shine. So, thanks for joining me today, and